Welcome to Grandma's Room Podcast, episode 67. We're two away, Ben.
Yep.
Two away from 69. Today, it's Halloween today.
Yes, it is.
So,
Happy Halloween.
When you're hearing this, it's going to be like a day or maybe years after this Halloween, but got some spooky stories for you. We're going to talk about the Amityville Horror House. We're going to talk some more humanoid encounters like last week, and then there's like a shadow person story. So it's going to be filled with...
It's going to be filled with gooch.
Some good old horror scrum.
Get a few hairs between your teeth.
Mm-hmm. Get some hairs between your teeth, some poop in your lips,
Mm-hmm.
and let's get bustin'.
Yeah.
So, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So, I'm doing the Amityville Horror House. And so this story takes place in it starts in 1974. So the DeFeo family had been living in Amityville, New York, in the early 70s. The one son, Ronald Jr., or he also went by Butch, he was a troubled young man, thought to be brought on by his harsh upbringing, and Ronald Sr. was said to be very abusive and very strict with his family, leading Ronald Jr. to be an outcast and a bad kid. And he battled drug and alcohol addiction and frequently took out his anger on his family, even going so far as to pointing a gun at Ronald Sr. at one point.
For what? For abusing him, or just...
I think he was drunk or high or whatever. He got angry.
Oh, because of his upbringing?
Yeah. And so on November 13th, 1974, Butch finally lost it and murdered his entire family, going room to room with a rifle and just picking them off one at a time. And it said that it didn't wake any of his neighbors up. No one knew anything happened. It's thought no one had woken up, so at least they had that going for them. It wasn't a struggle. And what's so funny, Joffrey?
That just sounded weird.
After he was done, Butch put on his work clothes. He worked at his family's garage, and he put on his work clothes, and he comes back and goes, "Oh no, my family's dead." And he calls the cops, and he gives them a horseshit alibi. So he reported the murders to police, and said that 3 mafiosos had made him kill his family, but obviously no one believed him because that is it's a retarded story. And so he was sentenced to 6 life terms in prison, and he's still serving them today.
Are you still alive?
Yeah. Which I don't know how he didn't get the death penalty, but anyway. So about a year later, the Lutzes bought the DeFeo's house and moved in, and they knew that 6 people were murdered in this house.
There's probably no hiding that.
No.
From a buyer.
Mm-mm. And so there was still a bunch of good qualities that they saw in it. It was right on the ocean.
The paint looked nice. Well, it was on the ocean.
Or a river or something, or a.
Where is Amityville? Is it in California?
It's in New York.
Oh.
But it has a garage for their boat, so they can pull straight onto the water wherever they are.
Nice.
And so soon after moving in, George Lutz, he totally switched personalities. It said that he was a business owner, and he was very on top of things and had a can-do attitude, and he just flipped.
Happy-go-lucky to what?
Happy, sad, sucky.
Listens to My Chemical Romance in his room alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he started to unexplainably wake up every morning at about 3:15 a.m. and he found out that was the same time that the family was picked off at 3:15. So that kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth to begin. So one night, when he woke up, he saw their daughter, Missy, staring out her bedroom window, and he said there was the face of a red pig behind her with glowing red eyes. And he went over to her, but she was sleeping, so sleepwalking. And
wait, he saw the pig?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And get this. So not long after the encounter, Missy had started to talk about a pig she had played with named Jody. So what the fuck is this pig? Sleep in it, pig. Sleep in it.
Wait, what was that from? Sounds really familiar. Oh, from Big Mouth.
Mm-hmm. Sleep in it, pig. So another night, he looked at Kathy's face and saw that she'd like rapidly aged, and it said that this wasn't uncommon for her in the new home, for she would go through like phases of unnatural aging, and she just looked like a whole other person, and her mom saw this in the house too, so it wasn't like George just losing his mind.
So what? His daughter would look like she was like 40.
His wife.
Oh, I'm getting them like confused
Yeah.
characters.
So there were many other unexplained occurrences, like having doors ripped off the hinges.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hoof prints in the snow, like surrounding the house. Green slime oozing down the walls, and they found a secret room that was never found, like on the house's original blueprints. And they said that it was wide enough for two people to sit in uncomfortably, and was painted blood red.
Mm.
And they said they tried to like get their dog to go in there one time, and he refused to go.
Why?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. Why the hell would you try and put your dog in there? But maybe George was losing his mind.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So one night, George heard music coming from downstairs. So when he went for the band that he thought was playing, he only found the rug rolled up and furniture like moved out of the way for a dance floor. Which I don't know how much that.
In the house?
Yeah.
You thought there's a band playing in his house?
Yeah. Which I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense. Maybe if you're like, maybe someone's playing music, but not a band. But anyway, so after that, they had a priest come into the house, and he started like experiencing like weird shit too. And then he got sick, and he like didn't come back.
Mm.
So, after living in the house for only 28 days, there was some event. It didn't say what. There was one event that just suddenly drove them away, and they just left with what they could carry. So they left all this shit in the house, and then it was auctioned off like 4 years later.
I want to look that final Amityville House event up.
Yeah, it came from BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Amityville House event. Now there was like one of the reasons they think it's like supernatural is because nobody heard those gunshots.
Yeah.
Because they're like, what? How would no neighbors and the people in the house like not hear a rifle? He didn't have a silencer on it, or even if he did, it's still loud as fuck.
I mean, unless he's using like a 22, that's still pretty loud though.
Yeah, it's still loud. I mean, 22 with a silencer, you can get pretty quiet, but like,
yeah,
it doesn't.
It's not a pellet gun.
No. I'm looking up. Is it really? Oh, there's a CIA says alien autopsy video is real. Where'd that come from? Look at the anime. Yeah, this isn't even. No, it's not worth having dead air for that long.
Yeah. But yeah,
Like,
that's it.
they made one of the Conjuring movies, or was it just one of those ones in the same like horror universe?
Yeah.
Movies? Like I forget which one it was.
Well, they made a few movies about this.
Wasn't the Bye Bye Man? Didn't that somehow incorporate the Amityville House? Like they thought, like, not thought, but like they played off of it, like saying that the Bye Bye Man made him do it because he was walking around with that gun. I'm not sure if it was Amityville, but it looked like it. But he was like walking through his house with like a rifle. He was just going like, "Don't think it, don't say it. Don't think it, don't say it." And, like he was like trying to kill everybody that like heard the name or something.
I don't know. Some movies that I've heard of that have this, the Amityville Horror, which came out in '79, the Amityville Horror, which came out in 2005 with Ryan Reynolds.
I haven't seen that one.
I
didn't know he did horror movies.
Yeah, me neither. Amityville Exorcism, I think that's one of the ones that, or maybe it's the Amityville Haunting.
The Ed and Lorraine Warren ones.
Yeah.
I mean, if they, I guess they're probably in all of them if they're part of the investigation they did. Did it say anything about them investigating it?
No.
Because they went there. I saw.
I know the picture you're talking about. That's what actually made me even think to research it for this week.
I saw that on Instagram.
Yep.
It was like the Ed and Lorraine Warren. They're like for anybody who doesn't know, like the big paranormal investigators of like the 1900s. Yeah, it's creepy as fuck. They got a picture of like the hallway in the house.
Like a little girl or something
and
peeking out.
It's like a little kid with two glowing eyes like peeking around the corner, like out of a doorway.
Yeah, they were also the ones in like in Annabelle. They have like the real Annabelle doll.
They did. Oh shit, there was some other really famous one, like Exorcist, or
The one
they
in England.
was that it? I know that was on like The Conjuring 2.
Yeah,
They were in that. Was that based on true events ish?
I would think
Well,
it
you know,
is.
well, any movie that's based on true events is like probably mostly
Yeah.
loosely, but yeah, that movie freaked me out. I didn't like The Nun.
He sang an Elvis song in that movie. That's how I know.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Hmm.
Mr. Eddie Warren.
But yeah, they have. I want to go to their museum. You know the museum I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It looks fucking
I
insane.
don't want to go there.
You can see the Annabelle doll, and it's like behind glass, and they have like crosses and shit all around it. And they say like even if you like taunt it, like there's one guy
Aren't you
who
supposed to not take a picture of the doll or something?
I don't think you're supposed to look at its eyes or something like that. But there's this guy, and he came in on a motorcycle and was like fuck that doll, and he ended up like getting in a horrible wreck on his way home.
Yeah,
Fucking crazy.
I have no desire to go there.
I think it'd be really cool to see.
I don't
There's
want.
one creepy ass thing in there. I can see it clear as day, but I don't know what it is. But
That stuff freaks me out. I don't like demons and stuff. I don't know if that's just me being dumb, but it freaks me out. So wait, what did you say you could like clearly see?
there's this one thing that I'm thinking of. It's in their museum. I have no clue. I have no clue what the story is about it.
Do you know what's creepy about the Annabelle doll? Is that it's not like some doll that somebody made to be evil.
Yeah,
or
it's just a
anything.
Raggedy Ann
It's a
doll.
ragged. Yeah, it's just like a plain, like a normal doll.
Yeah.
It's hiccuped in the middle of that. I tried finding like a ghost story. Like how I at the end of last week's I read like that one Reddit story about the guy in the woods.
Yeah.
I tried finding a story to read like word for word like how it is. And I couldn't find a good ghost one. Ew, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. I'll do that one for next week.
I don't like that. It looks creepy as shit, dude. It looks like a... I don't know.
Like a thing to worship.
Yeah. I saw this picture on Reddit. They're like... They drew what they saw. They said it was a skinwalker, and it looks like... It looks like a guy on all fours. But it's just the legs and the arms, and they have like tribal paint all over it. But the body is just like black, like smoky mass. That's all it was. It was just a drawing of it. It wasn't like...
Yeah.
There
This is.
There's like, this is what I saw. I think it was a skinwalker. Aren't you supposed to also not say skinwalker?
Skinwalker. Yeah, we established that.
We did that on a couple episodes, I think.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Skinwalker.
Never saw one. You want to go into the Metal Men?
Yeah, let's hear it.
This is from mysteriousuniverse.org. Like, they have articles and stuff on their website, too. And a guy named Brett Swanser, he writes a bunch of stuff, like, that I could never find. Like, I guess he, like, goes to the source, actually, instead of just Googling it like I do. So he wrote this article called Strange Encounters with Bizarre Metal Men and Robotic Humanoids. Just some weird shit. Okay, so his first story, it happened on March 17th, 1978. Ken Edwards was driving home in Warrington, England. It was late and barely anybody was on the road. It was like outside the city. It was like pretty much deserted. Like it was a very rarely traveled road. Not rarely, but not busy. And he was
Desolate.
driving by a nuclear facility in Risley. Then he noticed some movement on the side of the road. And he slowed down to get a look because he didn't know if it was like an animal or something. He was just interested, like, oh, what is that? So he saw this huge humanoid thing standing. It was like 7 to 8 feet tall. 7 to 8, not 78.
Yeah.
It had silver skin. He said it was like shiny, and a black featureless face / mask. He didn't know if it was like its face or if it was like a suit type thing. And it had glowing eyes and 2 small arms that stuck straight out from the front of its body. So like, not like they weren't on shoulders and just sticking out. Like they jutted straight out from the front of its body. He found it like really bizarre, like kind of freaky. And he said that he had a strong sense that this thing was a robotic humanoid from another world. I don't know how you get that sense,
No.
but he what?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing that sixth one there.
What?
That sense of
That sense.
robotic humanoid from another world.
But he said the being didn't seem afraid, and it walked right in front of his car because he was pretty much at a stop at this point. So the thing walked in front of his car, and it just stood there, like staring at him through the windshield, just fucking standing there, like staring at him with its glowing eyes. And Ken seemed mesmerized, like staring at it, like he was in some sort of like trance. And then he didn't know what to do, and two beams of light came out from this thing's eyes and hit him, and it paralyzed him, like he couldn't move in his car, and he couldn't move a muscle except for his eyes. And then now he was just like in extreme terror, like he went from like curiosity to like, oh fuck, like this is bad. And then he said he felt his hands tingling, and he could only move his eyes, so he looked down at his hands, and his hands were like raw and burned, like he had like extreme sunburn on his hands. So it kept the beams of light on him, and then just stopped. Like it was just staring at him with the beams of light, then it just stopped, and then walked away. Like it just like lumbered off into the, like I guess across the other side of the road. And he tried using his radio in his car to like call for help. I don't know what his job was, that he had a radio.
Well, like
security or something.
Well, maybe he didn't, because maybe one of the greatest movies of all time, Smokey and the Bandit,
Oh,
he
yeah.
has a radio.
Had a CB radio.
Yeah.
But the electronics in it were fried, so it didn't work anymore. So he looked back at the humanoid, and it had walked up to a security fence, like to the nuclear facility. And then it just like stood there and just stared at the fence. And then it started walking forward, like it was just gonna like bust through the fence. And he expected to see it like bend the metal and shit, and it just walked right through the fence, like it wasn't even real.
Mm-hmm.
So then, once it got past the fence, it walked up a hill and out of sight, and Ken just sat there not knowing what to think. He was just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, can you imagine the confusion? He got burned, and then it just walked through a fence. So then, he flew home, like, drove, like, obviously, I wouldn't be, like, following the speed limit, getting away from this thing. And he found out that he had an hour of missing time. So, like, he was sitting there for an hour when he thought it was just a minute. Like, I don't know what would have happened in an hour. But his wife woke up to him terrified and trembling when he got home, and he told her about the quote, Silver Man. So they decided to go to the police station and tell the police what happened. And when he told them, they seemed really skeptical. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But he seemed so serious. Like, they were like, this guy's like, he doesn't seem crazy, and he's like dead serious. So they went to check it out to make sure that like nobody was trying to break into that facility. And they went and they found nothing. And in the next couple days, when his like where his hands were burnt, he started developing like black marks all over his hands, and he felt nauseous and had like recurring headaches. So the police did search the facility more, and they found this oval patch of like dead flattened grass, and it had a dead rabbit, but there was no like obvious sign of like it was ripped
Like a
apart by an
puncture
animal,
wound
or
or
like
something.
there was no physical injury they could find. So like it could be a coincidence that a rabbit like wandered into the dead patch and just fucking died of old age or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, like it was just kind of strange, like all the coincidences like lining up. So yeah, they found it odd, but they didn't know if any of it was connected. So they're like, we can't do anything with this. So I guess it's just like case closed. It's a mystery. We didn't find anybody. So 6 days later, on March 23rd, Ken and a UFO investigator, they didn't give a name, they went back to location to where all this happened, like where he was stopped in the road. And when they got there, Ken was just immediately like panic stricken and terrified. Like then he was just like, gotta suck it up. Like, we're gonna try to figure out what this is. And he saw that thing standing up on a hill, just staring at him. And then it just vanished. Like, it was just gone. Like, I don't know if it was trying to intimidate him to like not look into it. But then again, on April 2nd, he and his wife were driving through that same stretch of road, and he was flooded with that panic again, like when he got out of his car. So he said he felt like he needed to stop the car, and he got out, and he was hit with even more terror than previously, and he fled as fast as he could again. Then on April 12th, he was woken up by this deep humming noise and like in his house, and as he searched for it, it became like more and more intense. So it was just like this humming noise getting crazy. Like, and I was thinking, like, is it just in his head? Like, like, there's like exploding head syndrome. Like, you wake up, it sounds like there's an explosion.
Like perhaps he's gone mental?
Yeah, but his neighbors said they also heard the humming and saw a red UFO in the sky that night. So like, they could also just be fucking with him because back then people were like, if you talk
right.
about
I
UFOs,
saw
they're
it.
crazy. Like, but it is kind of strange that they said they also heard the humming if they're telling the truth. So now his story started getting out. So reporters started like flooding his house, and his marriage started becoming strained because there's constantly reporters there. People are thinking he's crazy. He's obviously, if he's constantly thinking about like this UFO and like what he got burned by some weird metal guy, he's gonna seem like he's going crazy. So he also came down with this weird like illness. Nobody knew what it was, and he started having stomach pains, and the sickness made him pretty much bedridden, and he was later diagnosed with cancer, and it ended up taking his life. So he ended up dying of it. So if his story's true, like that thing shot him with the beams of light that gave him cancer and killed him. So like a pretty intense story if it is true. And there is stories of like people like metallic looking things walking around, but I don't know how much credence I put into it.
Yeah.
So later in the article, he said this reminds him of a case near Falkville, Alabama. So in 1973, on October 17th, a woman in Alabama called the police saying she saw a UFO land in a field near town. Thinking she was crazy, the police officer, his name was Jeff Crenshaw, he went to investigate, and he got to the scene around 10 p.m. And when he got there, he didn't see anything, but when the woman called earlier, she said that there was an alien running around the woods, so he thought to look in case there really was like this like strange guy like lurking around, like he obviously thought like it's not an alien, she probably just saw some weird guy. I'm gonna check it out, so he's not like trying to like stalk anybody or anything, like doing something weird. So he was looking around with his flashlight. I don't know if he was in his car or got out of his car at this point, but like he saw someone standing by the road. Like he shined his light and there was just some dude standing along the side of the road. So he said this person was covered in something shiny like foil, and it had an antenna on its head, like sticking up off its head. So Greenshaw said, quote, "It looked like his head and neck were kind of made together. He was real bright, like something like rubbing mercury on nickel." I don't know if, I guess that makes something shiny. I don't know. But just as smooth as glass. Different angles give different lighting. I don't believe it was aluminum foil. So the thing was apparently moving like this weird like mechanical like stilted type movements, like kind of like twitching around when it was moving. And when Greenshaw shined his headlights on it, it started to act like it was panicked. It was like, oh fuck, and, like started running away. So he drove after it and like through a field, like as fast as a car could go without destroying his car through this field. And he said this thing is moving bizarrely fast, and like faster than any human he's ever seen run, because he's chasing it in his car. He's not like catching up to it. And he lost the thing when it ran off into like this group of trees. So Greenshaw came forward with this story, but nobody took him seriously, and they made fun of him, and it ended up losing his job because of it. Like he got like kicked off the police force. And Brett Swanser says this is similar to a case that happened 50 years earlier in 1924. So in Pasco County, Florida, which I don't know why this reminded him of this story, because this one isn't a metal metallic humanoid. This one, like I'm about to tell. So in Pasco County, Florida, Evelyn Wendt was a young girl. She was playing outside at St. Joseph's School. They were like at recess. And she said she saw this like egg-shaped object nearby, and it was glowing so bright that she had to cover her eyes. Like she looked at it and it hurt. But she said like it looked like it knew she was looking at it, because once like she covered her eyes, it dimmed. Like it wasn't as bright anymore. And when it dimmed, she said it was like a saucer type shape, which I found strange, because like when you hear saucer shapes, like they really exploded after Roswell in the 40s. You never hear like a story really before that. And she looked again, and a door opened, and some creatures like came out of the door on the side of this thing. She said, quote, "Little people emerged. I think they were robots. I tried to count them, but they changed about, so like they were moving around a lot. She couldn't really count them. They were smaller than I was and resembled animated flowers with faces where the bud would be." So she said they looked like robots, but also flowers. That's why I didn't think it was was similar to that case. But she said they were also holding like a sinister looking machine that she thought was some sort of weapon. And it looked like they were aiming it at the school's science building, like they were trying to blow up the science building. And then she said they telepathically told her that they're going to destroy the building because dangerous experiments were taking place behind closed doors, which seems weird at like an elementary school.
Yeah, tell a little kid that.
Yeah, but then they changed their mind and started to file back into the craft. So they're like, we're going to blow this thing up.
We're gonna burn his mother
We're
down.
gonna burn this mother down. They're doing bad stuff in it. And then it was like,
Little girl says,
never mind. Fuck
girl
it.
says, you better not. You better not.
So when they were filing back into their craft, they invited her to come with them. And she refused, obviously, because she doesn't want to go into the craft with strangers. And they told her that they would come back for her. She said, they promised to come back for me in 35 years, but that was a long time ago and nothing happened that I know of. All I can remember now is that the saucer was leaden-looking and very pockmarked. Then when it started up, its molecules expanded and it turned silvery bright. The UFO went straight up, hovered a minute, and disappeared from sight.
This was in the 20s?
Yeah.
How would they even really know what molecules are?
They knew what molecules were.
They did?
Yes.
Well, it's like not World War II.
So?
Maybe I'm just a fucking idiot. I feel like Vincenzo right now.
But this thing was like...
You...
Yeah, but this thing looked like it was made of lead, and she said once it started up, it like turned metallic looking. So later in life, UFO researchers tried to put her under hypnosis to see like if she could remember anything from that day, because you know that's like a common thing in these cases. They go under hypnosis to see what happened, but she was like impossible to be hypnotized. Like she couldn't go under, which some people apparently just aren't able to. And also at one point later, the article didn't specify when, but that science building was destroyed, and nobody knew how. Or like what caused the building to be destroyed. So it's probably those flower people.
Yeah.
With their ray gun.
Daisy pushers.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. I just found those stories. I thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I don't really believe any of them.
No.
At all.
They sound pretty fake.
It's just some cool, goofy stuff for Halloween. You know?
I think if any of them were the most convincing, maybe the first one.
Because he ended up getting cancer and died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It sounds whack.
Sounds whack, bro. So, my next and last story, it is in that Paramalgamation book by Shannon LeGros. I've taken stories out of it for multiple episodes now. It's called It Looked Right at Me. And they, from all the stories I remember, they never give the person's name, like, I don't know if it's because they don't want to, but we're going to call this girl Kim, just so we have like a reference point. So, Kim and her parents and siblings got an old Spanish-style house in a suburb in Los Angeles in the early 60s. Her two brothers and her shared a room. They had a bunk bed at one end of the room, and she had her own bed at the other end. And the way the bedroom was built made it look like there was like a stage, like part of the room was lower than the other part. Like there was like a dip in the floor, and it looked like just like a stage or something. It was just strange. And she said it always looked dark, and it made her like super uncomfortable. She was like scared of that part. They said no matter how many lights they had on or how many windows they had open, for some reason that part always looked like darker than it should have been. So one night in that room, she woke up in total darkness, and she couldn't see anything weird, but she heard a door open. And she thought it was like her mom or dad coming in to check on her. And she didn't see anything. She didn't see any parents. But then she saw this completely black figure with one hand on the doorknob and one hand on the frame, like peering into the room. And she could tell that something was not right about it. But she was just like, it's my dad. I'm like half asleep. It's just not seeing things right. So then the thing like kind of like lowered itself back out of the doorway and shut the door. And she tried to go back to bed, so she turned, and when she turned, she was facing her bedroom door, which was the only door in the room. And then she was like, couldn't really go back to sleep, and then she was like, wait a minute. I turned the opposite direction, and I'm facing my bedroom door now. What the fuck? Like, what door was that?
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, that's impossible. And then she was like, oh fuck, something's wrong. So she like woke up, screamed in terror, like bolted down the hallway to her parents' room. So her parents came in, checked the room, like, make the kid feel better. And there's nothing in here. Go back to bed. The next morning, because when she woke up screaming, only one of her brothers woke up. So the next morning, they were at breakfast, and she told that brother what happened, and he was like, "Oh shit, like that sounds like really creepy." And he wasn't just like putting her off, like, yeah, whatever. So they went into the room to investigate, like what kind of door would have opened there, and they found that there was a door on the other wall, but it was plastered over and painted over before they moved in. So I don't know why, like
Yeah.
just saw a spirit door open or something. But yeah, they found it. It was plastered over, and it would open up into the family room, like their living room. So that was one of the weird experiences they had in that house. Weeks later, Kim and her mom were up late. Her brothers were asleep. They were waiting for her dad to get back. Hey. But they were waiting for her dad to get back from like a late shift at work. And the only light that was on in the living room was the light from the TV. And they both experienced something really strange. It wasn't scary or anything. It was just really weird. So this small Pomeranian type dog had jumped up on her mom's lap, and it jumped to the middle of the couch, onto Kim's lap, ran down her legs, jumped to the floor, and then just vanished. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, we don't have a dog. Like, what was that?
Mm.
So then they were both totally shocked. They confirmed that they had like both seen the same dog, and her mom said that she had just dozed off, and when she opened her eyes, she was staring at this dog, like in her face. So they searched the whole house, found no dog, found no way a dog could have gotten in. Like there's no windows or doors open or anything. And then later, Kim realized she didn't feel the weight of the dog as it ran down her legs. It was just like she only
It was
saw
just
it.
there.
Yeah. So then the dad didn't believe them, so he started like teasing them about ghost dogs and shadow people. Like, you guys are idiots. And later, the parents out of nowhere sold the house.
That's not teasing. That's just bullying.
But they sold the house, and she was like, it was like really sudden. It was weird that they just like up and sold the house.
Is the house haunted?
Years later, when I think Kim was like 15, it said, her mom told her that she had also seen the shadow person one night, and it was when she was making dinner. She looked back through the kitchen doorway, and it was just staring in the doorway, just like staring at her, which would be fucking terrifying. Imagine this fucking like black mass just staring at you.
No.
I guess it just disappeared because she didn't say like anything, but she said this made sense of the night that the police came, and they were like out on the front lawn while they searched the house. Her mom called the police thinking that there was like an intruder like broke in and was like staring at her. And the day before they moved out, apparently their dad also had an experience after calling them idiots. He had woken up to this man leaning over the bed, and his face was just inches from the dad's face, and he like swung to punch it, and it just disappeared. So he also saw the shadow person, and then her dad described it as a solid black figure. So like I guess everybody but the brothers saw something. It was just a weird story. It wasn't really scary.
Just creepy.
Yeah. If I saw a shadow person standing in our kitchen staring at me, I wouldn't be living there the next day. I'd be out.
What would you do, Terry?
What would you do, shirtless Terry?
Gotta hang out with it, try to get to know him.
Smoke a pack of menthols.
Ask his name.
Give him a pack of stubbies.
I want to be really good friends with him. We can
Come sit
hang
up-
out and play checkers.
Come sit on my lap.
spin the dreidel.
Come sit on my lap,
No.
please. Oh, I watched the Dune movie. I've been seeing trailers. Yeah, trailers for it everywhere. And I was like, fuck it, I have a couple hours. It's like 2.5 hours long. It's really good. But I realized, because this was the book that it's based off of was written like way before Star Wars was made, and Star Wars took a bunch of stuff from that movie, like the desert people and like the spice. Spice is like this drug that everybody's like fighting over, and that's like a big thing in Star Wars. A lot of overlaps.
The spice?
The spice. What's that? Oh fuck! Is that from
South
South
Park?
Park?
Yeah,
Tom
with
Brady's
the Tom Brady.
shit?
Yeah.
Terry, what's going on?
Just hanging out,
What is going on, brother?
Terry, what was your favorite segment on Jackass 2.5?
Wee Man trying to fart
You're just watching it. He tries.
himself.
Yeah.
This little turd just like pokes out through the baby powder.
What was your favorite, Joffrey?
Fuck. Other than that one, because I don't want to say the same one. Probably when Preston was scared, like terrified to be on the porta potty.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Took
When
four
they
Xanax and he was like,
they like just smacked him in the head with this like plane going like Mach speed.
It's like 3 airplanes smacked into his head.
That one fucking clipped him. Yeah.
I always forget how funny those movies are, and I watch them and then like I can't stop watching them because we were trying to like come in here and record. And then I would catch myself just out there watching it for like 20 minutes and be like, fuck, we need to go back in there. And I come out to get something and like start watching it for another 20 minutes.
Until the end of the movie came.
Yeah, we watched the whole movie. I didn't expect.
I'm glad we watched it though.
Mm-hmm. I didn't. Dude, it's already 1 o'clock. It's fucking nuts, bro. Fuck. We're going to try to get the page more prominent on Rumble. Because I saw something... I can't remember exactly what it was, but they're going to start trying to push creators more on that platform to get them up. We're already monetized on a bunch of our videos on there. You have to have like hours of watch time on YouTube, like hundreds of hours of watch time on YouTube, and we have like 12 views on Rumble, and we're monetized. So Terry, follow us on Rumble.
Do it. Rumble, Terry.
Right now. I mean, I should probably make a personal account and follow us.
Yeah, that's
We at least
probably a
have
smart idea.
1 follower.
Yeah. Hey Terry, look at this thing. I'm gonna do this for my. I don't know what it is. It's at Ed and Lorraine Warren's house though, or their museum.
Is that the thing you drew?
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Is this what you drew right here?
Yeah.
I like the face.
Thank you.
Is there a face on that picture?
Mhm. Just because I can't show the actual picture.
It's the gist.
Why can't you show it?
It's probably because it's like copyrighted or some shit.
No, it's probably not copyrighted.
Huh?
Probably not copyrighted.
But don't they have rights to the picture?
I doubt it. It's on that guy's Instagram page.
That wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, yeah, it was on Google.
There you go.
We're taking these down. And we're going to hang some cool shit up here. Ben has a Kenny Rogers Christmas.
Rogers!
Kenny Rogers Christmas. Brother! You got that cool ass Gibson flag. What do you call those flags? It's like something flag, I forget. Start with a P.
No, it doesn't, Terry.
Like
I thought of it before you did.
pin flag or something.
I think that is pin flag, yeah.
Well, the word I'm thinking is 3 letters.
Fun.
Fun flag.
Said unfair, not funfair.
Krusty Krab's unfair.
Mr. Krabs is in there. Standing is an oppression.
Standing at the concession.
Plotting is oppression. Plotting his oppression.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I kind of want to replace this picture with something else.
I want to, if no offense, but I want to move this one to your side, and I have
It
that.
makes sense because it's
I
my
have
house.
the very good school picture. You guys know the
Oh,
school picture.
shit.
Your
I,
senior picture?
yeah, I want to get that one up here.
Blown up into that size frame.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that size. This is a little big for my taste.
What are you gonna just have that centered in the frame?
Huh?
Or are you gonna put something else in it with it?
No, I'd get another frame. I'd get one like that.
Oh, okay. You know what we should do?
What?
We should get those things that like CEOs have on their desk, like their fancy name tag. I'm gonna have some of those in here, like Sir Joffrey, and then Sir Ben. Terry, start podcasting with us more.
Yeah,
We
please.
miss you.
Yay.
We
That's why I
fucking
came in here.
miss you.
There's a reason I came in here, bro.
Yeah, but we need you on camera with us. We have a third mic for you. What? You won't sit on my lap, you piece of shit?
Oh.
I can hear Terry's back on the mic.
Any words you want to say?
I missed you. When are we going to start Grandpa's couch?
you too, Terry.
Pappy's couch or whatever.
What's Pappy's couch?
It was going to be like this podcast that Terry and I did like every week or every other week or so. Just like get like a green screen or
Random
something.
bullshit.
The
Pop Pop's chair.
Yeah, we did
Pop
something.
Pop's den.
Just talking about random shit and like videos or something. Pop Pop's den?
Yeah.
We can get the green screen of a giant fire behind us, like a fireplace.
What happened to the one that was already in here? We had a TV on here.
Yeah, but when we redid the studio, I mean, I guess we could. I don't know if we could.
You can mount one probably.
Can't mount it on
over the window, but you can't do that.
Yeah, because this flag's over a window. We can't really mount it on the window. We could. I mean, if we really wanted to, we could replace this whole thing with a big green screen, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe just save that for Pop's dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
What would you call it, the pod?
I don't know. Didn't really think about it.
We need to start thinking about it. I need to get this fucking soundboard working. I bought it like
A year ago.
in March, and I was like, I spent like 10 minutes setting it up, and I was like, fuck, like we have to start podcasting soon. I'll figure it out after this, and then I put it on. It's on the stand behind me, and it's just been sitting there for months. Story of my life.
Yep.
Anything cool happen lately?
We watched The Sisters Brothers with John C. Reilly and Joaquin Phoenix.
That was a very good movie.
Jake Gyllenhaal, too.
Yeah, and then one of the pilots from Rogue One.
Yeah, we don't know his name.
I don't know his name.
It was a good movie.
I just watched another movie with Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Spider-Man.
No.
Was it Ambulance? That's not out yet.
No.
Jarhead.
No, it was.
With Tobey Maguire.
Shh.
Prince of Persia.
He was 911 operator.
He was just an operator?
He was a cop that killed someone and got put on desk duty.
Oof. Probably did a desk pop.
Probably.
So what was his role in the movie? He was just a desk operator?
He was a dispatcher.
Yeah, I'm saying like,
I don't know. You'd have to watch the movie. I'm not gonna give it away.
was it like
Fine, folk.
was it an action movie or is it like a drama?
It was very tense.
Was he like talking people down?
Yeah.
Off the ledge and shit.
It was crazy.
Dude, speaking of ledges, I saw this video of this guy. It was on this super high bridge. You saw it. He was on a skateboard, and he dropped in off this fucking bridge, like on a skateboard, and then like
Parachuted.
ditched the skateboard and base jumped off of the bridge. And I was like, what the fuck? The people who were driving on the bridge right then saw him just drop in on a skateboard and disappear. I'll have to like repost that on our Instagram. I think I have that repost app where it like gives credit to the page or whatever. Yeah, because I did one of the Tiny Cinema ones. Which one? Fucking.
Oh, where he was like sexing? Was that it?
The one with a giant dick and like picked her up.
Yeah.
And like, like lifted her up to the ceiling.
I think that was it.
His nuts looked like a smashed sponge.
Oh, Poppin' Meat came out with the new video yesterday. Go give it a watch.
Papa Meat.
Papa Meat.
Yeah.
Standing in the concession.
Chester the cheetah and the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah. Chester Cheeto was probably one of my favorite ones in a long time.
His lips, dude.
Yeah.
We need to like. I wish I could draw like that.
Me too.
I really do. It'd be fucking awesome. You know how much cool shit we could do for Grandma's room if we could draw that well?
Mm. Well, he has like all that sweet gear too.
Yeah, I mean like. He probably started from drawing, I would think.
There you go.
Fucking gear, mate. Dude.
Keep going. You're only at 46 minutes.
Did we shoot? What do you mean I'm at 46? That's it?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. It never tells us on GarageBand. It tells us how far we went in bars. We're at 13:12 right now. Wait, that says 46? That probably means we're probably at like 42.
Yeah.
Because we fucked around for a couple minutes. I don't want this one to be a short one, but I don't know what else to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like it's been shot.
I don't
This
know.
shit.
Let me try to find a horror story on Reddit real quick.
I'll scope you with this telly over here.
This episode did take a shit real fast.
Yeah, it did.
Went to, Dude, I'm so excited to get that harmonica.
Yeah, he ordered a blues harmonica last night because he felt left out because he doesn't play guitar a whole lot anymore.
Well, I have this harmonica,
But
but
it's
it
like
doesn't
a
sound.
Nazi
It doesn't
harmonica.
sound like anything like. It's not a fucking Nazi one. What are you talking
It's
about?
from Germany.
Yeah, it's German. It's not
And
Nazi.
it's World War II era. So what does
I
that
think
lead
it was
us to
made
believe?
before World War II, Ben.
Before World War II?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's not Nazis. God
The
damn
Nazis
it.
were there for a long time.
There's not a
Joffrey.
swastika on this thing, and it's all English.
Yeah, at least 10 years.
Yeah.
Just because it's a German brand doesn't mean it's a Nazi. Don't at me, dude. Fuck. But it sounds too like it doesn't sound bluesy at all. It's just don't fuck with that.
You have to treat every weapon like it's loaded.
My name's Alec Baldwin, and this is Jackass.
Please put that down.
Shut up, bro.
Put it down.
Quit muzzling me, Terry.
Gotta be careful. Anyways, I think that's it.
Yeah, it's done.
Our shit's been shitted. Our shit's been shat.
Yeah.
Any last words? Oh, what to follow us on?
Rumble,
Follow us on Rumble. We're
Twitter,
trying to get Rumble.
Facebook, Insta, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
We're on Amazon Music now.
PornHub.
No,
we're not.
We need to make a PornHub channel and just upload all our videos to it. I think you need to be of age first.
God damn it! I know what we were forgetting.
Hurry up.
Yeah, hurry up.
Don't you remember what we talked about last night? We're gonna find like weird porn titles and then go through the comments.
I could do it right now.
Well, you have one that you told me about.
We'll save that. I'll just go on a website real fast. I can't.
Hot girl
specify
gets
which.
fucked by gargoyle.
Why can't you specify it?
I mean, I guess we could say. I just don't want to show it on the screen.
Yeah, but just give me the antidote you
website
told me.
anymore?
I'm on PornHub. I'm going to hentai.
Oh, God.
Not hentai.
Why?
Well, you gotta do something real.
You don't.
Hentai is
I'm looking for the
real.
comments on the.
Hentai is real.
I'm looking for the comments.
You might want to put that on silent too.
Elven sex in the forest thicket. You won't be able to hear anything. It's gonna go through my headphones. It's not playing. I'm not doing it to play. I'm just looking at the comments. Where are the comments at? 0 comments.
Dude, hot girl gets fucked by gargoyle. I'm telling you, there will be something.
Okay, hot.
Yeah, it's the internet's rule of porn. If you can think about it, there's a porn about it.
That's rule 34.
Yeah.
Hot girl gets fucked by gargoyle.
Yeah.
Does your mom listen to the show?
Yeah, she does.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, they're not gonna like this one. Yeah, it's not on here, dude.
What the fuck?
It's rule 34.
It was on Filthy Frank.
I'm sure you can find it on some weird fucking website, but I'm not gonna like
X-Hamster. Porn.com.
porn.com. What?
That's really generic.
Is that a thing? I don't want to be searching porn on my laptop, guys.
You've got a virus.
I'm just gonna type in gargoyle. Famous Demona and Gargoyles cartoon orgy.
The virus video.
Mantis toboggan.
You said to make a virus video. Where? God damn it, guys! I feel so weird doing this. On video.
You want me to do it?
I feel weird doing it on video.
Yeah, let Terry do it. Let him get involved.
Whip your phone out, Terry. Start looking it up.
Why gotta come over to your computer?
You're not doing it on my computer. Do it on your phone.
Good thing
I'm already getting weird.
Up.
We're already getting weird tabs popping up, guys. I'm clicking out.
I don't have deodorant on.
Okay.
Yeah, me
Does
neither.
porn make you start sweating?
Profusely. He comes out his armpits.
Ew. It's like a Play-Doh station.
Man, what would Kenny Rogers think?
Okay, the first video to pop up. Hot in the United States. Squirting, the most wet compilation extreme. Mr. Pussy licking. That's the title.
Well, then click on the comments and see what kind of fucked up comments
No
there
shit,
are.
I'm getting there.
The most popular videos will definitely have comments.
Who else likes it wet and messy?
Is that a comment?
Mm-hmm.
We want really fucked up shit though. Like we need to go to feet videos.
Ugh.
I'm telling you, you get some weird shit out of
I'm
that.
not going on feet videos to mess up my algorithm.
Actually, yeah, I probably shouldn't be looking up porn on camera
Mom.
and like legal shit.
We watch porn.
It's all just ads.
Huh?
It's all just ads. Today I need fuck. Here's a link. So I'm just gonna search extreme.
Oh, God.
So. Oh God.
Is that
Oh
what is that?
God. 8 big
shouldn't like have looked at that.
Ben,
It's
come on. It's on Pornhub.
Yeah, it's on PornHub.
I feel like we should. I feel like we should actually curate this before we do it on the.
Yeah.
Farts are a thing of the past for her. They may sound like a yawn or probably a cough.
Wait, say that again.
She don't need a wallet anymore.
Wait, say that last one again.
They may sound like a yawn or probably a cough.
Farts are a thing of the past
Yeah,
for her.
start with that. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry.
Farts
They
are a
may
thing of the
sound like-
past for her.
They may sound like yawns.
Why are you writing this
Or
down?
Probably a cough.
Do you know what we should do? We should get a list of the top 10 like most fucked up comments we get, put it in really nice font, and then hang it here and here, like it's an inspirational quote.
Someone says, "Yo, she's a motherfucking beast."
Wait, Terry. They may sound like a yawn, like yawns, or probably a cough.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? What else was there to it?
I think that's it.
But was there something about a god?
I think it was a different comment.
Oh.
Why you?
I wanted the gods one. I thought that was the funniest.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. I like it. Yeah, I feel like we should curate it.
Yeah.
And have it like on ready for next episode.
This was just off the cuff.
That was a fucking awesome one. That was so funny.
Huh?
I said that comment was like amazing.
I know.
That's just what we were looking for.
A yawn or a cough.
More like that next week.
Yeah, we'll get some better shit next week.
We'll have it curated.
I'll be here next week.
You sure? You promise?
Yeah.
Tits.
What day?
Friday.
Okay.
I work Saturday, so.
You want to record Friday night?
We could record Friday night.
Okay.
Just not Saturday during the day.
Are you actually gonna like come in? Like, do you want me to set another mic up and shit?
Yeah.
Fucking
Nice.
sick, dude.
You can have my chair, Terry.
Okay.
I farted on it for you.
Good. I can't wait to smell it.
Okay, so is that it?
Yeah. I think it's been shot.
It's been very short. Thank you for listening.
Yes.
You could have been anywhere, but you
Here.
heard us talk about porn and demons. Any last words, Terry?